What's up? It's Mike hustling with the news. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more updates. So Nas is back outside, man, and you know he just dropped this Keen Disease 3 album, you know what I'm saying? Long awaited album since Keen's Disease 2. And he also had an album release party as well to go along with it, you know, where a lot of legendary people popped out, including Outkast's own Andre 3 Stacks. Yeah, he was at the party, show an appearance. You know, he been appearing everywhere else, playing flutes and stuff like that, but he actually appeared at this party and showed love for Nas and his new album. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Hit Boy was out there with him. Joey Badass was out there with him. You know what I'm saying? The festivities were good from what I hear. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, good vibes, good times. But along with the good times, you're going to see a little bit of bad, as Nas's home in LA was burglarized. Yeah, that's right, man. His home got broke into. According to TMZ, 2 men broke into the rap legend's Calabasas property on Saturday at around 8:30 p.m. They smashed through the rear window of the house to gain access and stole many things. Now, the good part about it was that they were captured on Ring camera, and Nas's team, you know, they called the police and everything to come and see about the residents and all that, but they were long gone by the time that they came to the residence to see what was going on. However, whoever broke in, they did leave with like 2 bags of unidentified items, you know what I'm saying? So we praying that Nas get that back, you know what I'm saying? Praying that whoever broke in the crib was found. But it was more bad news to layer on top of that. Well, I wouldn't really say it's bad news, but it was more news. As 21 Savage, you know what I'm saying, jumped on Clubhouse and he was talking about, you know, legends in hip hop and talking about the albums that they release and talking to the people about, you know what I'm saying, who is relevant and who is not according to, you know what I'm saying, their legendary status. And he brought up Nas. Now I want y'all to hear what he said, and we gonna break it down what he said as we go.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like we gotta, like, it'd be cool because it'd be like discussions and shit, but in reality though, it's like we gotta stop trying to treat music like it has to be dissected and it needs to go this way, to do this, they need to do that. Because at the end of the day, when we get older, even at our age now, when we go listen to old shit, we don't listen to it because they did this or they statistically sold this or they dropped every week or they didn't drop every week. We listen to it because we like it and it put us in a good mood, bro. Like, that's all it's for, bro.
But you know why we do this dissect it though? Because from the jump, because from the start of it though, it was like a science. Know what I'm saying? The way hip hop all came together. Know what I'm saying? It came together like on some like, know what I'm saying? We did some shit that out of the abnormal. Know what I'm saying? So the way we created this shit, it was always dissected within the way of, yo, yeah, that shit right there hot, that shit not. Know what I'm saying? Like that. Know what I'm saying?
And
so,
niggas gotta stop the cap like it was just so much.
It wasn't always nice niggas back. Everybody wasn't dope.
Everybody back then was not good. This what I'm saying though, like, niggas saying all that longevity shit. Nigga, name somebody else from back then that can drop an album right now.
Yo, I just said before, if you look at the people who was out in 1994,
Jay-Z and him is the only niggas who could do that.
And Snoop Dogg.
Wait, what's fast?
Snoop was like 98. Scarface, Too Short.
Ghost can't drop an album if you won't check.
Technically anybody can. Like, all them niggas can drop one.
They are gatekeepers though.
What y'all saying relevant though? I don't feel like he's relevant. I just feel like he got.
No, none of them are relevant.
Man, I don't feel like Nas is relevant.
Project and that shit was ass.
Hold on, who said none of them are relevant?
One mic,
No, he's not relevant. He just has a loyal ass fan base.
Thank you.
He just has a loyal fan base that and he still make good ass music. But
they don't
like,
have a core fan base.
What y'all?
Kids didn't wake up and download.
What's y'all definition of relevant, bro?
Now, what I believe that 21 was talking about when he said that Nas is irrelevant was he's saying that he wasn't relevant to the time, like this time period, meaning that, you know, the younger audience is not really checking for Nas whenever Nas comes out. You know what I'm saying? That he has a core fan base of people who check for him. And most of that core fan base are people from the era in which he comes from. Now, I can agree with that to a certain extent, but we also got to look at, you know what I'm saying, hip hop in general and the ones that are looking for Nas whenever Nas drops, because you do have an audience of people, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the popular audience that they enjoy hip hop, they study hip hop, they love hip hop. So it doesn't matter if you are from the era of the past or if you are from this era, that, you know what I'm saying, they study you and they're going to look at you and they're going to try to check for whatever you got coming out. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that he was saying that Nas is irrelevant, like totally irrelevant, but he's not relevant to the time that we in right now. Like a lot of younger people aren't really checking for him, but let's listen more.
Well, I'm glad.
One mic, please. Does relevancy only exist within the youth?
No, relevancy is popular opinion. And popular opinion, nobody's looking for Nas.
So then what I'm saying is this though right here. So since I'm a 41-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Not
closely connected or appropriate to what is being done or considered.
The best example of this relevancy shit is Nas just dropped a project today. It's a great project. He did his thing. He's Nas, right? But Hov dropped a verse on God Did, and the world went into a frenzy. The world of all ages.
Your world went into a frenzy.
Man, they been talking about Glorilla.
Your world went into a frenzy.
Let's talk about Glorilla. That's crazy.
That's a fact.
But I want to ask you had mentioned, okay, Nas doesn't have relevancy. What do you mean by that he doesn't have relevancy?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know what y'all consider relevant, so maybe I used the wrong word.
Relevant ain't nobody under 30 waking up checking for Nas.
Now, I also like the way that 21 Savage tried to correct himself when he said, you know, I don't know what y'all mean by relevancy, but maybe I used the wrong word when I was talking about what I meant. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that he isn't relevant to hip hop, because Nas is very relevant to hip hop. If we look at, you know what I'm saying, hip hop as a whole, you know, this dude is one of the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about Nas, they put him in the line of Jay-Z's, Tupac's, Biggie's, you know what I'm saying, Drake's. They put him in that particular line when they talk about him in particular. So he is not irrelevant as far as a hip hop stance, but if we talking about, you know what I'm saying, the time that we in, then, you know what I'm saying, it's not a lot of people that's checking with him, so he's not relevant in most of the young people's minds. But like old boy said, is it just, you know what I'm saying, for the youth to determine the relevancy, or is it for hip hop as a whole, hip hop as a culture to determine the relevancy? So let's listen a little bit more, because this, you know, thing right here is like 8 minutes, but let's listen just a little bit more.
Fact.
That's a you just said, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, family.
That's not.
I'm gonna keep it gangster with you, family. I mean, if you want to say for the young kids, you can have that, because I can't determine who's listening to Nas in the age bracket. But people are checking for Nas when people been asking for King Disease 3 since like Magic or was, whatever the case may be. So we have been checking for Nas and have been fucking with Nas.
But when you check that demographic, bro, who was asking for that?
Okay, but
fan base, bro.
But this a thing though, bro. That means he's still relevant. Because if he wasn't relevant, that means wouldn't nobody be checking for this.
That's for his core fans, man.
No, but it still means
that ain't what relevant mean though, bro. That's not what.
No, that's not relevant means to you.
Nigga, that's not what relevant means, period.
Oh man, bro, no, that's not what it means to you, homie. Like I said,
bro.
Like I said.
Okay, so let me say this real quick.
Think about it like
music.
All right, so look, let's say I started rapping in 1995, and in 2022, I do a concert, and all my fans that were my fans in 1995 are there. Am I relevant, or do I just have a loyal fan?
That's just a core fan base, bro.
Let me say this
real quick.
One mic. Let me say something about that though.
Like
I
him
just
doing
went to
what's going on.
One mic. I just went to Nas show. I just went to Nas show last month with him busting Wu-Tang, and the age range that he talks about on this project, when he says the ages of the motherfuckers from 50 to 60 to 16, that shit is 100% accurate. Like, walking through the crowd or walking even to the venue, women, men, white, Asian, black, Latino, and every fucking age range from 60s down to teenagers is in that bitch. And when I think about relevancy, I'm looking at it like, is it pertinent? Yeah, because he's talking about shit that's happening now. Is it important? Yeah, because it's defining. It's still encapsulating artistic value. So yeah, I think this shit still holds relevancy. Niggas got to stop equating relevancy to age. That's ageism. Like, that's still
Okay, but at the same time, like I said, you know, these people actually study hip hop. You know, the people that he was talking about were people that actually study hip hop, that actually hold hip hop high in their minds and in their heart. You see what I'm saying? Because you have people out here who don't study the game at all. They just know about the artists that they know about of today. They don't go back and try to, you know, look at the artists that came before them, or the artists that, you know what I'm saying, spitting before them, you know. Yes, he is relevant, you know, when he talks about certain things of the time, but, you know, is he relevant when it comes to the people's ears? I would say not, but that doesn't make Nas completely irrelevant. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's a difference in between the two definitions, people, but, you know, we not gonna get into that. We just gonna say this, you know, Nas is relevant to the time, to certain people. He is relevant to hip hop. Also, with the show that he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, you got to understand that it was 3 different lineups that came on this particular show. Busta Rhymes has been, you know, almost completely relevant since the beginning of his career. You know what I'm saying? That the last album that he dropped did well, not only with the youth, but it did well with the older crowd. You see what I'm saying? Many people went and checked that album out and, you know, vibe to it and everything like that. But, you know, still, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Nas is still relevant? Do y'all go with 21 and, you know, say that he's not relevant for today? You know, what do y'all think? Get down in the comment section, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted y'all to hear this so that y'all can give me y'all opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe.